Hello and welcome to this episode. My name is Simon Kimani, and today I'll be taking you through how to integrate Chatsasa SDK to your Flutter application. So let's open our browser and head to chatsasa.com. Proceed to sign up and sign in if you already have an account. So on this list, you'll be able to see that I already have few organizations in my workspace. If you find or if you don't have any organization as at that moment, you can go ahead and create one by clicking Create Organization button. This is just a one-step procedure whereby you enter the organization name and your avatar, and then you are good to go. If you need more information on how to create an organization, kindly find our previous episode on how to create an organization. So I have already created an organization by the name ABC Bank that we'll use for demo purposes. So let's go ahead and open this organization. So I'll just like to take you through what Flutter SDK is and how you can use it in your application. So we have seen cases whereby we have had support widgets on website. An example is what we have here on Chatsasa website, whereby you can see that on the far right, bottom right corner, we can see that we have a talk to us and then an icon here. When we open that, it pops up a widget that has information on how you can be able to contact or support. So in this case, you can see that we have the description and welcome message and also the channels. So what we are integrating will be kind of similar to this, but now in this case it is on a mobile application. So if you do have a mobile application and you are wondering how you can be able to add such a widget, such a support system in your mobile application, then this tutorial is for you. Let's get started. So on the left panel, we can see that we have menus here, and let's go straight to customer support widget. Let's expand that. And once we have expanded that, we have seen that we already have a customer ABC Bank support widget. Let's open this. So we'll find now we have more information about this widget. If you do not have a already created widget, go ahead and click the add icon, and here you'll see all the steps that you need to create one. First of all, you specify the widget title, you upload an icon or a logo, then you also tell the customers on what the website or the platform is all about, and we have also a welcome message. You're also able to select the channels on this side. Which channels do you want to add to the website? I'll also show you how you can create the channels. Then you are able to customize the theming and branding of your widget. So you go ahead and create one, and also you can be able to edit once you have finished. Editing looks like this. So already on our pre-created widget, we have the logo here. You can change that. We have the name, and also we have other details like the description and also the welcome message. We can also see that we have been able to add channels to this widget. One of the channel is customer support. It is here on the left channel, you can see it, and then you have forex, and then we have loans. Yes, you can see it also on the left panel. So in this case, you can see that we have selected color green, and also that applies if you happen to change to another color, uh, that also should be saved. So yeah, on our preview here. So let's see on how to add channels. So when you go on your left panel, you can see that we have customer support channel. And in this case, this is the creation of a new customer support channel. And you can create a channel for a widget, SMS, or WhatsApp. In this case, we are working with a widget whereby, as you can see, the description is that it will make it easy for customer to talk directly to the right person or department. And now, when you're creating a channel, you'll then add it to your widget. Apologies. Um, for SMS and WhatsApp, you can also see a related tutorial on how to create an SMS and a WhatsApp channel. You can also be able to select members, but in this case, we'll only want to focus on how to do integration to the Flutter application. So let's head now straight to installation procedure. And installation procedure, you can find them once you click on the specific widget. When you click on the widget, you can be able to see now the setup instruction. So we do have various supported platforms that you can be able to install this widget on. The first one, as you can see, is web. Web is what we have here on the website. You can see also the preview. Then we have Flutter and also Android. So let's go to Flutter. And for this, we do have a comprehensive guide that is about this Chatsasa SDK, live chat SDK, that is published in pub.dev. That is a Flutter repository for packages, which we will open right now. Let's open a new tab. And yeah, before that, you can see that we have already provided a widget UUID, which uniquely identifies that widget to the Flutter application. So you'll find that this is key requirement when setting up your Flutter application or Flutter SDK, so that we are able to identify that this is your widget and able to initialize it in your application. So the instruction here is similar to what we'll be checking in the pub.dev website. So let's head there and see that we have the Chatsasa live chat currently at version 1.0.11, and here are the guide. And also, if you can also search the Chatsasa website, the Chatsasa SDK in pub.dev by searching for it in the search bar. And you can see we have Chatsasa live chat. This is the SDK that we want. Go ahead and now check the instructions. So it's quite straightforward. The first thing is be able to sign up in Chatsasa as we have done. If you open this to a new link, you'll find that it will take you to Chatsasa, and then create an organization, create customer support widget, and create customer support channel. Then go ahead and link the channel to the widget. I have already shown that, and then you copy the widget UID. Now at this time, we are able to go ahead and create or install this in our Flutter application. So let's proceed and add the live chat to our Flutter application. In this case, we'll need the dependency itself, which is Chatsasa live chat with the latest version. And then we also need to initialize the SDK, and this is possible with just 2 lines of code. And in your main function, this is the main, that is the entry point of your Flutter application. You need to call Chatsasa live chat and then call initialize SDK. And then in that case, we have already now initialized our SDK and it is ready to use. So for us to continue using the SDK, there are a few requirements that we need, and this is the user details. As I showed you on the chart here, if we can go back to the chart, let's go to one of the channel and see that we have charts here. And you can see that right now we have 3 charts for loan channel. And if you open, for example, Joe, we can see the conversation that Joe that belongs to Joe and the customer support. And for this, we need to identify this user from your system. So in this case, Joe is a name that has been passed from the SDK to now the Chatsasa. So for us to identify your users, we need to get a user identifier that you pass, and that user identifier is mandatory and will be unique for that user in your system. So it can be a number, it can be a phone number, UUID, email, name, or anything that you're using to uniquely identify that user. And also, you can be able to provide a name. Let's go to a sample model here. You're able to like specify a name, an email, and user identifier. In this case, it is only the user identifier that is mandatory in this case, but email and name is optional. But for the case of well or organized display, as you can see here, it will be good if you're able to supply a name or first name or last name or even a username that will help the support agents to uniquely also identify these users when we are listing them on the dashboard. So you require the app user model that you can use to pass in the name, email, and the user identifier. So for those who are like not familiar with Flutter, what we are seeing here is the basic skeleton code that comes with Flutter. And what we have added is these 2 lines of code that includes Chatsasa initialization of Chatsasa by calling Chatsasa live chat, and then now calling the init SDK, which initializes the SDK. And then we have my app. My app is the one that sets up the Flutter application by specifying the title, the theme, and also now specifying like a home page, which now renders the UI on the home page is where now we have the sample user, which you are able to pass here. Yeah, so we do have the scaffold, and which is able to render the app bar, and in the app bar we are passing the background color, title, and now also we having the body. We're also having a floating action button. In this case, this is the button or the entry point to our SDK. After clicking this button, we will be able to launch our live chat, And for this, we require the navigator that will be able to open our module. And in this case, it will open specifically the live chat channel. And this is a list of channels that belongs to you. And it requires widget UID, which is a string that we have copied from uh, here under Flutter. So this is the widget UID that is required to be passed here. And then we have the app user model, which is what we have specified above, that contains name, email, and user identifier. Then we are able, the rest is the icon, and then we are able to launch the widget. With those simple steps, you are able to have your customer support live chat support in your mobile application. So let's head to a VS Code and see this in action. So open your VS Code and your emulator. So in your VS Code, let's create a new Flutter application by pressing Shift, Command, or Control. If you have a Mac, it's Command, and if it's for Windows, it will be Control. Shift Command P, and then we select Flutter New Project. So after that, we'll go ahead and select Application, and then we will select a directory where we want to save this project. So in this case, I will say that ABC demo, and then I'll create the project, and then I'll come here and say ABC demo live chat application. We go ahead and create the project. So what we have here is the basic code that comes with Flutter. On the main, we have the main or the entry point for this project, and also we have the rest of the widgets which are able to render the UI. So in this case, first of all, we'll have to update our Flutter version. So make sure that you are using the latest Flutter version. So in this case, as of the recording, we'll have 3.5. Okay, so let's go through the code. We have the entry point, which is the main function, and for this main function, we are saying that we want to make sure that we have initialized everything before we render the UI. Then we are also calling Chatsasa live chat SDK, and initializing it, and now running the application, which in this case it is a material application that contains a title, a theme, and also now a widget. So in this widget is a stateful widget, and in this case we have also declared our model that we have the user model, which comes from the Chatsasa live chat SDK, and it needs a name and an email and a user identifier. So in this case, if we have a user in our application, that is in ABC demo bank, let's say we have a user that goes by the name Joy, and then maybe we have Joy 23 at gmail.com, and then also in this case we'll go with the same user identifier as the email. So from your application, we expect you to pass this model, which is the sample user, which is here, to the live chat widget, so that we can be able to identify this user correctly. So we also have like other properties here, like now we have the app bar, which specifies the title, and then we do have the body and then in this case we have also which does not contain anything, just a container, and then we have a floating button, which in this case contains a navigator, which will be help us to navigate to our SDK, in specifically the live chat channels page, where we get a list of all the channels. So in this case, we have already populated our sample user model. Let's go and copy the widget UUID from the organization. In this case, we have it here, copy, come back and paste it here. Save that. Once you save that, go back to the terminal and run the application again. We can see that our application has finished running, and what we have now is our new application with a new title, and for sure now we have like our working demo. So before we proceed, we need to add a few dependencies, specifically permissions. Since our chat SDK will be using or will be allowing user to share their images and other files, we will also need to give permission from the main application, and this will apply for both Android and iOS. So let's get the permission, specific image and file permissions. So if we come to this package, the images picker, we can see that on the iOS, we need to add this key strings to the plist file. So let's copy. We'll need the camera, and also we will need the photo library. So let's take the camera, go to the iOS folder. Under runner, we go to info list, and then right after the name of the application, let's paste this here. I'll go back and take the photo, and now we do have the camera and the photo. So for the usage, I'll be sure to describe what this will be used for, and in our case it will be for taking images from camera, and then for uploading and sharing via chat. Then for the library, it will be for picking images from gallery. So we're good for the iOS. Let's go to Android, and for Android you'll need to read and write, and then also we need the camera. For that we'll go to Android folder, under application, then source, main, then manifest. Right before the application tag, I'm missing something there. Right under before the application, add your permission there, and in this case we are good to go. Obviously in this case we also tend to have the internet. So then we're good to go. So now we good with the permissions, and now we can be able to run and test our application. And in this case, um, we can build a debug as we have been doing with the run, or we can also build a release version that you'll be taking to production. So in this case, if you are running a debug application, that is when you're just running a directory in Flutter via the command Flutter run, that will definitely be building a debug version. But if you want to build a release one that you want to publish in your store, you have to like specify the release command, which I'll be showing you shortly. And in this case, for the debug, you'll have to have created your application under stage.chatsasa.com. So if you have created the organization here under stage, and then you build a debug version on the application, you'll be able to get access to the staging environment. But if now you want to build for production, it will be able to point to the production version, which is here, the chatsasa.com, and for staging is stage.chatsasa. So for testing purposes, you are able to come here and build or create your organization the same way we created. And once you run or you build a debug version, you'll be able to see your organizations there. So since ours is on production, we will come here and create a production variant with the command flutter build apk. Yeah, and then we specify that we want a release version. So now this is something that we can now install, and we can do that on our various devices. So here I have two devices. I do have this different device variant. So we can go ahead we can see that it has been generated and it is a release version. So in this case, we go to build, and then under app, we go to output, and then we go to Flutter APK. Let's open this in Finder, and then we can see that the name is app release, which is here, generated right now. And then we can be able to install it by just dragging. Okay, just drag this here, or also we can be able to drag it or install it on the other device. So so for this, let's see. So remember, we have specified the widget name and also the user. So for this, let's go to the name. It is the ABC demo. We open. Then this should be able now to take us to the widget itself. Yes. So we have the widget. Let's go to the dashboard. We have the dashboard for the live here, and this is the ABC, and definitely this is our widget here. So from here then we can be able to test the live communication or live messaging, whereby a customer or a user is able to initiate a chat and send it to the users, to the agents. So in this case, let's send a message. Let's send a message. So let's send a message. So what we are seeing here is the channels. This is the widget, and we have the channels as they reflect what we have on the dashboard. And so we have customer support. We have the message under that user. Already we have Forex, and then we have loans. So if already we have a message, it means that we are able to show the last message and also the read statuses. So if it was delivered, read, or just sent, and no one has been able to receive that message. Also the online offline indicator for the agents. So let's try just a new channel, for example, loans. And here we'll say, we'll start with our initial message and say, hello. So we send a message. We can also we also got a notification from the dashboard, and you can see that on loans we have we do have one message or one red count here, and we can see that Joy already has a message here, which is hello. We can go ahead and reply. Say, so for that, we're also expecting to get a message. Yeah, it is here. We also got a message from the agent. We can continue with the conversation. Send a message, and the same, we are able to get it here. And you can see that the message is also received by the agent. So in this case, that is how the communication happens. So let's send a message. So what we are seeing here is the channels. This is the widget, and we have the channels as they reflect what we have on the dashboard. And so we have customer support. We have the message under that user. Already we have Forex, and then we have loans. So if already we have a message, it means that we are able to show the last message and also the red statuses. So if it was delivered, read, or just sent, and no one has been able to receive that message. Also the online offline indicator for the agents. So let's try just a new channel, for example, loans. And here we'll say, we'll start with our initial message and say, hello. So we send a message. We can also we also got a notification from, we also got a notification from the dashboard, and you can see that on loans we have we do have one message or one red count here, and we can see that Joy already has a message here, which is hello. We can go ahead and reply. Say, so for that, we're also expecting to get a message. Yeah, it is here. We also got a message from the agent. We can continue with the conversation. Send a message, and the same, we are able to get it here. And you can see that the message is also received by the agent. So in this case, that is how the communication happens. We also have the capacity to upload images and files. So once we click on the upload icon, we can see that we can be able to select images. You can upload one or even multiple and share them. So in this case, you can see I have attached the following screenshots and review. So yeah, we also like able to get the read receipt. You can see that the message has been read instantly because the agent is online. So these are the images which has been received on the agent side, and we have them here. And then on the application, you can also preview these images. And you're good to go. So also the other um, information, just like I will show here, that when you start typing or the agent starts typing, you can see that on the user, we can be able to see the typing status, and we can see that, thank you. You can see the typing status there, and then you're able to send, and we are able to receive that message. So with very minimal lines of code, we can see that we have been able to send, to integrate or to add Flutter SDK to our application. And we have enabled users in our application, now in our main application here, to be able, with just a click of a button, to be able to get access to instant and live messaging functionality. So with that, that marks the end of this episode. See you in the next one. Thank you.